Every hunter in the village feared the ghost of the Black Forest. But one man followed it and discovered a secret that should have remained buried forever. Long ago, in a village surrounded by a vast forest, there lived a fearless hunter named Kofi. Kofi was known for hunting animals that no one else dared to track. Lions, leopards, even giant pythons feared him. But there was one thing the villagers feared more than any beast: a ghost. The elders spoke of a pale spirit that appeared deep in the forest after midnight. It never spoke, it never attacked, it simply walked, and anyone foolish enough to follow it was never seen again. For years, Kofi laughed at the story. "Ghosts cannot harm a man," he would say. One moonless night, Kofi set out alone to hunt. The forest was strangely quiet. No bird sang, no insects chirped. Even the wind seemed afraid to move. Then he saw it, a tall, pale figure standing between two ancient trees. Its eyes glowed faintly in the darkness. It turned and began to walk away. Kofi gripped his spear. This was his chance to prove the villagers wrong. He followed. The spirit moved silently through the forest. Whenever Kofi got close, it drifted farther ahead. Hours passed. The deeper they went, the stranger the forest became. Trees twisted into unnatural shapes. The air grew cold, and whispers floated through the darkness. At first, Kofi ignored them, but soon he realized something terrifying. The whispers were calling his name. "Kofi, Kofi, Kofi." He spun around. No one was there. Still, he continued. Finally, the ghost stopped before an enormous tree older than anyone in the village could remember. At its roots sat a clay pot covered in strange symbols. The ghost pointed toward it, then vanished. Kofi approached carefully. Inside the pot was more gold than he had ever seen. Gold bracelets, gold coins, jewels that sparkled even in the darkness. His heart raced. He had found a treasure beyond imagination. Without hesitation, he grabbed the pot. The moment his fingers touched it, a scream echoed through the forest. The ground trembled, the trees groaned, and the whispers became louder, much louder. Suddenly, shadowy figures emerged from the darkness. Dozens of them, men, women, hunters, all pale and ghostly. Their empty eyes stared directly at Kofi. Then he understood. These were the people who had followed the ghost before him. The treasure was never a gift. It was bait. The spirits began moving toward him. Kofi dropped the pot and ran. Branches clawed at his skin. Roots rose from the ground like hands trying to grab his legs. Behind him, the ghosts followed. Their whispers had become terrible laughter. He ran until dawn. When the first rays of sunlight touched the forest, the spirits disappeared. Exhausted, Kofi finally found his way home. But something had changed. His hair had turned completely white. And every night afterward, he heard the same whisper outside his window. "Kofi, Kofi, Kofi." The villagers say he never smiled again. Years later, he vanished without a trace. Some believe the spirits finally came for him. Others say he returned to the forest on his own, unable to resist the call.